Welcome back to Kidsplaining. I'm Daniel. This is Allison.
And we are here today to talk about party games. Now, last year, 2020, party games took a hit.
Yeah, not a good year for party games.
Not a good year.
When you can't see people.
We can't see people. Yes. But there were some great party games that came out last year, and we really want to give them some love.
Yeah,
so now that things are, opening up.
You can be around people.
Safely when you're vaccinated.
Yes. So these are the games that got lost in 2020, specifically party games. We have two from late 2019, but they still...
We didn't learn about
them until last year, but these first are all from 2020, and then by then you'll forget that the others are from 2019. So...
Oh, we do also have one honorable mention at the end. But...
Yep. So party games that got lost in 2020. First up is Telestrations Upside Drawn from the Op. If you play party games, you have surely played Telestrations.
Yeah, it's pretty common. It's from the Op. It's one of those games that I think both of our neighbors have, and they came to teach us since we knew about games.
Yeah, we've been shocked at how many people like Telestrations was the first game that they've played. So
he got a pin up to show you kind of how it...
So in Upside Drawn, there you have a person with a pen who is the guesser, and the person with the board who knows the word that's being guessed. The person with the board can say two words.
Yep.
Up and down. Up means lift the pin up. Down means put the pin down.
So down?
Potato.
Nope.
Egg.
Up. Down.
This is surely not entertaining.
Up. Down.
Waffle.
No. Up.
Cookie.
No.
Okay, so when you get in phrases like this,
world.
When you get in situations like that, you can come over to the side.
Oh yeah,
and you could have come over here and had me circle the world. I can't see
because of how normally you're doing this across from each other. Because of where his arm was, I couldn't see what I could do. I forgot, honestly.
So usually you'd be sitting across from me, and so you can you can't say any of this. You just have to say up, come over here,
down,
cold, up. Sounds like bigger. So
there's a world right there.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. You could have just come over and had me circle the world. So Telestrations Upside Drawn. Obviously, hopefully you can see how much fun this game is.
It's a lot of fun.
Definitely one to look at as you look for party games to get back into the world as things open up. Next is Stringamajig from Fireside Games, which is kind of...
It's like,
Charades?
Charades, yes. That's
Charades and Pictionary with a string.
With a string.
So you have all these words, and you have words that you're trying to get people to guess.
Okay, so here, you choose a card. We'll do a little one, and you can do it, and I will guess.
Okay, and I don't want to do this on camera.
Oh, come on!
Okay.
I'll do it on camera. Okay, you're going to do it?
I don't know how to do any of this.
I'll do it. All right, here. Okay, I'll do it.
Hold on. You can use... I'm gonna set this up in my favor. So.
Okay. This is a lot of fun to play with a lot of people because everyone's like shouting out and the person is like maneuvering this to try. It's a very large string. Yeah, and you can make it shorter if you want just by like putting it together.
But I'm not gonna actually do this on camera.
Come on.
But what's cool is you have your draw pile and then you flip it over and you do the words and the card on the top of the other card tells you what word to use. So you don't even get to like say, ooh, there's 4. I'm gonna pick one. You are forced into a word. You can use this as a prop, but the string has to be central to your action to get people to guess.
Okay, I'm going to do one.
Okay.
I'm going to do one.
You're going to do one.
Okay.
I'm not in the... Okay, you're drawing down there.
Yeah.
The world.
Good guess.
Potato. Ghost.
A ghost! That's a Friends reference for anyone who's...
Batman.
No.
This is Batman, guys.
No.
Egg.
How is that an egg?
I don't know. That's an egg. I feel like I'm on the wrong side of this.
Maybe. Am I doing this right? No. I can't.
It's a hard game.
Just.
Again, it's a party game.
Watch.
Shoelaces.
It's the thing that you...
Bow. It's a bow. Candy. Bow tie.
Yes! There we go.
Yeah, this is not made for 2 people.
Bow tie.
Yes, this is made for lots of people yelling out things and kind
But
of.
it's still fun.
Yeah, it's so as a party game, we had neighbors that were in our kind of safety bubble last year that we got to play this with, and just had a blast play it so fun. Much. It's so funny to watch people try and do, especially when they get to acting stuff out with the string and not just drawing stuff. But it's a challenging game.
It is, but it's a lot of fun. And you're laughing the whole time.
Yeah.
You get really frustrated when you're the person and no one's getting it. But so is charades. All right, next game
is Curmudgeon from our friend Grant Lyon, who is on the Kid Talk podcast. We'll leave a link to that.
He's a comedian, and he and his friend co-designed this game. This is not a family game.
No.
It's not a family game.
It's a game of silly insults, dummy. That's on the box. It's on the box. I'm not you, but it is. It's got a bunch of cards. It's kind of you're building sets of cards that have funny insults and like, yeah, well, your landlord evicted you because, or your earlobes are fat. Your earlobes are so ugly, I'm going to join the army to avoid looking at them. You're not actually insulting them. But
speak for yourself.
One of my highlights of last year was when this game came out and we watched good friends play this over Zoom. Some of the kindest,
the sweetest people you'll ever
meet. The nicest
meet.
people in the world, and watching them have to insult each other and then immediately
grovel.
Yes, profusely apologize to each other. Know your audience, know your game group, know the people you're playing with. If they're not going to be uncomfortable throwing out even silly insults, probably not the best game for them. But if you've got a group of friends that you can just really kind of break it down with and have fun, great game, hilarious to watch. Just watch it break down. Tons of fun.
Not a family game. Nope. There is some adult humor in here. So just need to put that up, but it's a really fun game. Yes. Okay, next game.
Next is Monsdrawsity from Deepwater Games and Eric Slauson.
Excellent. It's excellent.
Yes.
I mean, if you look at the cover, just all of it's so good. I love the artwork. He collaborated with a bunch of different artists to create this game. And it is, you are a investigator, you're a sketch artist.
Yes.
So you had a witness and they saw this creature, this monster. And so they are telling the sketch artist everything that they remember about this monster. So as the witness, you are given a card, and there is a bunch of different monster cards in here that have all kinds of different characteristics, colors, eyes, like all different kinds of things.
So you're trying to describe, like, I saw this thing, he had 3 eyes and a long tail and a wing on one side and spikes on the top of his tail, but little floofy things on the bottom of his tail.
Spiral on his belly. And so you have just a few moments to tell the sketch artist this, and then they go at it and they try to create this creature. Yeah. They can ask questions throughout. I think it's 3 minutes. I
think so. I think you have 20 seconds to describe the monster.
Initially.
Yeah, and then 3 minutes to draw.
What's really frustrating, though, is like when someone asks something about like the arms, and so they go and they try to recall what the arms were, and you drew the arms way different. And you're like, oh, because you can't erase.
Now, sometimes you'll play this with people who are way too artistic for their own good. That may throw it off, but really the fun of this, you don't need to be good at art for this game. The fun of this game lies in watching how a bunch of different people interpret the same words so differently when they draw it. So this is a great game. It has an expansion if you run out of cards.
I think it's right there.
And it's a lot of...
It's right behind us.
I think it's all... I think we put it
on. No, maybe? But the box is there.
The box is up there. We put them on. But then there's... If I can get them all out. There's
a lot of cards. And then there's these here. Oh, don't bend them?
I'm not bending them. Yeah, this isn't all of them.
There's still another deck.
So you can see really not showing anything off. And then there's another deck. So there is like... You're going to take a while before you get through this deck. And if you get through all of it somehow and you go back to the beginning, you're not going to remember what it was. So great game. Just, again, lots of laughter. Yeah. Amazing party game.
Okay, next game.
Next game is just one of our favorites from last year is Hues and Cues, also from the op and from designer Scott Brady.
It's so fun.
It's so
love
simple. It's
colors.
so like... It's so perfectly simple. There's no crazy rules to it. We did do a tutorial for it. We'll put a link to that down there so you can find that.
That was like one of our very first tutorials that the boys taught.
But it's so, like, the whole board, the box is part of the board, but you have a whole board.
Well, it's not part of the board, but this is what the board looks like, the squares.
It's a representation. Colors. So you have a whole board that is 30 by P. 30 by 16. All different colors of... all different squares of colors.
You get these Pantone cards that have the, and the grid is kind of like Battleship. If you ever played Battleship, just that grid, it kind of has that same kind of grid. So if this one is circled here, and it's kind of like a flesh tone color. So I would say, if I was the cue giver, I would say peach.
Yeah. You can give a one-word clue.
For the first round. Yeah. And so then they have these little party hats that the boys call them. They're these cones that are your color, whatever color you choose to be your color for the game. And so you put where you think peach might be on the board. So you put your cone. And then after everyone's gone, the cue giver gives a second cue. So I would say... They
can do 2 words the second round.
I would probably say... Oh, I don't know. What would I say for that one?
I don't know. The cues on this are flamingo and strawberry shake.
Strawberry shake's a good one.
Kinda. Strawberry.
But what you're doing is, as a cue giver, you want to get people on it, on that key, or on that color. Yeah. And as the people who are guessing, of course, they want to be as close to that color. So then you put this little thing.
Yeah, it's a 3x3 box to score. No, we don't have to. Okay. There's a 3x3 box to score. If you put that with the square you were going for, dead center. If you're inside the box, you get 2 points. If you're outside the box, you get 1 point. And then the cue giver gets 1 point for everyone inside the box.
Yeah.
So it's just and this is colorblind friendly. I was going to say that. This is because it's about color perception, not color accuracy. So they tested this with colorblind playtesters to make sure that how a colorblind person perceives a stop sign is a very specific shade. So it is maybe a little more challenging, but it is colorblind friendly, and that is like we saw a lot of people like, oh, that seems like a nightmare for colorblind people.
It's like no,
it is. It was playtest for that. We have watched people play it, and I think played with people who are colorblind.
Yeah, we have actually.
And they were able to play it.
We actually didn't know they were colorblind until we were playing the game. They're like, well, I'm colorblind, but this is what I...
But just watching the difference in like how people perceive grass or sunrise or things like that, or grapes. Because it's a one-word...
avocado, because all you can say is avocado.
Yeah, you can't say avocado skin or flesh. And like grapes, you can say grape. Green grape, red grape, purple grape. Like there's... So this is... It's so just perfectly simple, great game to play. It's one of those you can still have conversation through, which all these games are. Like,
they are.
But versus a game like Monsdrawsity where you have a time limit or you're doing something, this is a really good game because you can have a conversation, you can talk about it.
There may be some downtime depending on how many people you're playing. Because I know we played with, I think the max amount.
I think it's up to 10. It's 3 to 10.
Yeah, 3 to 10. We played with 10 people.
6 or 7 is the real. I would say that's the sweet spot
because when you have 10 people, you're sitting there watching people do it, and it does get a little boring if you've gone first or you're just waiting.
Yeah.
So yeah, 6, 7 is probably the sweet spot for this game. It's a fantastic game. We really like it. It came out last year.
So next, just this one did not come out last year.
This didn't come out last year, but we found out about last year.
Yeah, Tattoo Stories from Eric Slauson, same designer of Monsdrawsity.
Same designer.
Again, no talent needed artistically. So in Tattoo Stories, you are a tattoo artist. The players are a tattoo artist, and one person each round is a tattoo patron getter person. So you draw 5 random cards like song lyric, writing, breakfast, cyborg, and wings.
I'm surprised you read those all upside down.
Yeah,
look at
I can read upside down.
And it's like fancy writing.
So you have these 5 words. This is what the person wants. All of these have to be worked into their tattoo. So I'm coming into the store and saying, I want a tattoo with song lyrics, breakfast, writing, cyborg, and wings. And then you have a couple minutes to draw it. And you award points to each of these, like whoever got the wings part the best or fit. But
hold on, the part I love about it though is you, as the tattoo artist, you are also kind of interviewing the person that you're giving the tattoo for. Yeah. And so it's like, okay, wings. Like, did something happen? And what thing
Or
do you
like-
want to have wings?
Yeah.
Why is that significant? And so you're getting that information when the other people are already like have their idea and they're drawing wings.
And
it
it's
could
a
be something
tattoo.
completely different.
Yeah, it's a tattoo, so you
Can't
can't erase.
erase.
So like breakfast, you may be doing like a short stack of pancakes and they may find out like waffles or die. Like pancakes are terrible.
And so then it's like, oh crap.
How
okay,
can I turn this
no
pancake
way
into
we're
a
gonna
waffle?
eat
Yes. Yes. Pancakes bad. So,
We really
so yeah,
like this game.
it's a lot of fun. And that's a really, and you can see like as the customer, you can kind of mess with people, just throw stuff out there to throw them off the obvious stuff. But
And so when you are judging as the customer, you are also the judge at the end. And so you assign points per whoever gets that card.
yeah,
Honestly.
So
And
you're
it's-
not saying a single winner. You can say, okay, you got breakfast the best. You got
You
song
can
lyrics
assign
the best.
more cards
Yeah.
to one person, but most of the people we've played with, it's been pretty even. Like you get a card, you get a card, just depending on.
And you get to go at the end. You as
You
the
get to
tattoo
go
artist.
to the tattoo parlor and get that tattoo.
But the tattoo artist, at the end of each round, each person goes and defends their drawing and says, well, it explains it. So hearing,
It's so frustrating to play with him though, because he is such a debater.
having the ability to argue your case works in your favor. So
I don't have that
it's,
ability.
but that's really just seeing, again, it's like these are like Monsdrawsity, seeing how so many people can take the same cues and have such a different take on it, come up with different visuals, different things. It's just tons of fun to play.
We really, really like it.
And
All right, the
then
next one again.
Also, no, for 2020.
Didn't come out in 2020.
But we heard about this game last year.
And we like it.
Wavelength is so much fun.
It is a lot.
So you have these cards that have they have extremes on them. So plain and fancy. You spin this wheel randomly.
Oh, that's loud.
You reveal this to one person. Everyone else closes their
So you
eyes.
divide into teams.
You're divided into teams. One person on your team is going to be giving a clue. They get to look at this. Everyone else on both teams closes their eyes. You reveal this, and you see, we'll put this in a little bit better spot. You're trying, as the clue giver, you're trying to guide them to the gray little triangle there, the gray
That was
wedge.
blue.
Yeah,
I
it's
guess it is
bluish
kinda
gray.
gray.
So then after they look at it and see what they're going for, this gets closed, and then they come up with a clue for plain or
plain.
fancy. So you might say, like, I don't know, what's this plain and fancy?
Avocado.
Avocado toast. It's not terribly fancy. It's not the plainest
crunchy.
thing in the world, but so you say avocado toast, and then your team is going to guess where to put this. So they land here. They think it's fancier because avocado toast is kind of fancy. So they're going to land here, and then the other team gets
Yeah.
to guess whether the
They
guessing
think it's
team was
to this
on this
side
side of it
or
or
this
this
side.
side. And then you
So
reveal
say they
this.
think it's this side.
Yeah, so you reveal this. You get points based on where you got. You get 2, 3, or 4 points, and then the other team gets a point for
If they got the right side
if
or
they
not.
got the right side or not.
Yeah.
So it's. We realized you need to know the people you're playing with, because we played with someone and it was smells good and smells bad, and they said mint. Justin, and I think it was peppermint or spearmint, and it was on the smells bad side, but everyone else is like, we're in the
Good.
middle.
Brush your teeth with
Yeah.
spearmint.
And then they reveal it, and we're so far away. So
See, and if I said cilantro, I think like
terrible.
Taco
It's the
Tuesday.
worst
He
thing. No,
hates-
that's the worst thing in the world. And not because it tastes like soap, just because it tastes terrible.
Okay, you're gonna have people unsubscribe.
That's okay. I will gain plenty of more people hate cilantro than love cilantro.
That's not true.
Well, the haters are more like loyal and militant. So,
Okay, so those are the games that really should have been played last year. Didn't get to be played last year, at least not very often. We were blessed to have friends who we all zoomed these games. I
Yes.
think we played every one of these games
not
except for Upside Drawn.
and
Upside Drawn.
Stringamajig and Upside Drawn. We played in
That's
person
true.
with people in our bubble.
Yeah.
But
But the other ones we played. And so we do have a honorable mention, which isn't technically a party game. It came out last year, and it's so fun. So you've heard of Tinder. Well, can I introduce you to Cindr?
it's a dragon dating game. Like that. It's a dragon dating app.
It's so fun.
Like that's, you have all these dragons and it tells you their personality, and then you go on dates with them. But it's a push your luck dice game.
It
So
is.
you roll the dice. If
You don't want to get burned.
Right.
You want some sparks.
Yep.
And you're finding love.
So you roll the dice the date goes well, you can keep rolling, go on 2 dates, go on 3 dates, and get more points. But the fun of this game lies in everyone playing it being able to buy into the... And you get characters, like you have different character boards. So you have, like, you get to name your character.
You get to name it. You've got your name, your pronoun, and then...
There's trolls, there's warriors, there is...
Hold on, what is it? Their trait? No.
Yeah.
Their compatibility match. So
And
you
then
circle one of
there's
these.
Kevin the Unicorn.
We've named Kevin. He has been...
This is our player every time.
Kevin
the Unicorn.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're... And then the...
This is not a kid game.
No, it's not.
No, this is... I mean, it's a dating app. So
you're
this
trying
is not a
to you're trying to go on a hot third date. But they're dragons, so I mean fire. But you create your profile, and you're trying to line up to that. How close you get on someone that you pick determines which dice you roll, whether you roll good dice or dice that are more likely to burn you.
It's really the flavor text in this game is so
That is
fun.
the flavor text is what makes the game.
Oh my gosh, it's so fun. They were genius in how they designed it. You need to read it with the flavor text.
As if you're reading it on a dating app.
Yes.
As if you're reading a dragon trying to sell themselves to people on a dating app. It is
so fun.
Fantastic. It is so much fun. We've played that over the Zoom. We've played that with family. Not technically a party game.
No, because I think, what is it?
It's 1 to 5 players.
1 to 5.
But
we play as a team.
Yeah, we play as a team. It's in that... Yeah, it's not like a deep strategy game. It feels like a party game, just with a smaller group of people.
Yeah.
So all of these games, and so much fun. Telestrations, Upside Drawn, Stringamajig, Curmudgeon, Monsdrawsity, Tattoo Stories, Hues and Cues, Wavelength,
And
Cindr. Give these games some love because they got a raw deal in 2020, and they deserve to be played. They are brilliant games. They're so much fun.
We will leave links to all of them in the description below.
Yep. Thanks you so much for watching this video. We had a blast going through these and reminding ourselves we need to go play these.
Yeah, we do need to go play them.
Yep. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button right here.
We have some other videos that you can check out right over here.
Yeah, and
Until
I think
next
you're
time.
supposed to hit a bell too,
Oh,
so
yeah,
you'll be
hit the bell.
alerted.
Ding, ding,
That's a thing. So hit a bell. If you see a bell, hit it. Yep. We'll see you next time.
Bye.